Hello everybody! If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 342, The Day the Lights Went Out. Upper Intermediate. The cafe buzzed with the usual lunchtime chatter. Steam curled from mugs of coffee. The clatter of cutlery punctuated the air, and the aroma of freshly baked bread hung heavy in the warm atmosphere. Outside London was its usual grey, drizzly self, but inside the Cosy Corner it was always bright and welcoming, or at least it usually was. Sarah, the cafe's owner, was behind the counter, expertly juggling orders and chatting with regulars. She'd owned the cafe for 5 years, building it up from a small, struggling business to the popular local haunt it was today. It was her pride and joy. Suddenly the lights flickered. A collective "ooh" rippled through the cafe as the fluorescent tubes dimmed, then brightened again. Sarah frowned. This wasn't normal. The lights flickered once more, then plunged the cafe into near darkness. The only light now came from the large windows at the front, which offered a muted view of the overcast street outside. "Power cut," someone muttered. A murmur of agreement followed. Sarah, though, felt a knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. Power cuts were rare in this part of London. "Right, everyone," she called out, her voice trying to sound reassuring. "Looks like we've had a little power cut. We'll just have to wait it out." The initial novelty of the situation quickly wore off. The coffee machines, of course, were useless without power. The till was electronic, so taking payments became a slow and laborious process of writing receipts by hand. The kitchen, reliant on electric ovens and hobs, was effectively shut down. Sandwiches pre-prepared that morning were the only food they could offer. The cafe's atmosphere shifted. The chatter died down, replaced by a low hum of conversation. People started checking their phones, but with so many doing the same, the mobile data signal was slow and patchy. A few customers decided to leave, venturing out into the dreary afternoon. Sarah watched them go, a pang of worry hitting her. This was costing her business. Every minute without power was a minute of lost revenue. More importantly, it was disrupting the sense of community she'd worked so hard to create. The Cosy Corner was more than just a cafe. It was a place where people came to connect, to relax, to escape the outside world. Now that escape had been taken away. An hour passed, then another. The light outside began to fade as the afternoon drew to a close. Inside the cafe, the gloom deepened. Sarah lit a few candles she found in a storage cupboard, placing them on the tables to provide some much-needed illumination. The flickering candlelight cast long, dancing shadows on the walls, creating an unexpectedly intimate atmosphere. Surprisingly, something shifted. Without the distractions of bright lights and electronic devices, people began to talk to each other. Genuine conversations sparked between strangers, fueled by the shared experience of the power cut. A group of students started playing cards by the light of a candle. 2 elderly gentlemen began discussing a local history. Sarah watched, a small smile spreading across her face. Despite the initial worry, something positive had emerged from the darkness. The power cut had forced people to connect in a way they wouldn't have otherwise. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the lights flickered back on. A collective cheer erupted from the remaining customers. The coffee machines whirred back to life, and the cafe was once again bathed in bright fluorescent light. The Cosy Corner was back to normal, but something had changed. There was a new energy in the air, a sense of shared experience that hadn't been there before. As Sarah served the first steaming cup of coffee, She realized that sometimes even darkness could bring unexpected light. Vocabulary notes. Buzz. Verb. To be filled with activity and excitement. Example. The cafe buzzed with the unusual lunchtime chatter. Meaning. The cafe was full of the sound of people talking and activity. Similar words. Hum. Thrum. Bustle. Be alive with. Example in a different context. The city centre buzzed with shoppers on Saturday afternoon. Punctuate. Verb. To occur at intervals throughout a continuous event or activity. Example, the clatter of cutlery punctuated the air. Meaning, the sound of knives, forks and spoons hitting plates happened regularly throughout the general noise. Similar words. Interspersed. Broken up. Scattered through. Example in a different context. His speech was punctuated by frequent pauses. Aroma. Noun. A distinctive, typically pleasant smell. Example. The aroma of freshly baked bread hung heavy in the warm atmosphere. Meaning, the strong, pleasant smell of bread was noticeable in the cafe. Similar words. Fragrance. Scent. Odor. Can be negative. Perfume. Example in a different context. The aroma of coffee filled the kitchen. Muted. Adjective. Quiet and soft. Subdued. Example. The only light now came from the large windows at the front, which offered a muted view of the overcast street outside. Meaning, the view was dull and unclear because of the cloudy weather. Similar words. Subdued. Muffled. Softened. Dim. Example in a different context. The room was decorated in muted tones of grey and blue. Knot. Noun. A tight feeling of tension or anxiety. Example. Sarah, though, felt a knot of anxiety tighten in her stomach. Meaning, Sarah felt a strong feeling of worry. Similar phrases. A pang of worry. A sinking feeling. A churning in one's stomach. Example in a different context. He felt a knot of fear as he walked into the dark house. Novelty. Noun. The quality of being new, original or unusual. Example. The initial novelty of the situation quickly wore off. Meaning, the initial excitement of the power cut soon disappeared. Similar words. Freshness. Originality. Newness. Example in a different context. The new gadget was a novelty at first, but people soon got used to it. Laborious. Adjective. Requiring considerable effort and time. Example. The till was electronic, so taking payments became a slow and laborious process of writing receipts by hand. Meaning, writing receipts by hand took a lot of time and effort. Similar words. Arduous. Difficult. Strenuous. Toilsome. Example in a different context. Digging in the garden was a laborious task. Venture. Verb. To dare to do something or go somewhere that may be dangerous or unpleasant. Example. A few customers decided to leave, venturing out into the dreary afternoon. Meaning, some customers decided to go outside even though the weather was bad. Similar words. Dare. Risk. Embark on. Set out. Example in a different context. They ventured into the forest despite the warnings. Pang. Noun. A sudden sharp feeling of pain or distress. Example, Sarah watched them go, a pang of worry hitting her. Meaning, Sarah felt a sudden sharp feeling of worry. Similar words: twinge, stab, prick, spasm. Example in a different context. She felt a pang of guilt for forgetting his birthday. Gloom, noun, partial or total darkness. Example, inside the cafe, the gloom deepened. Meaning, it became darker and darker inside the cafe. Similar words: darkness, dimness, obscurity, shadow. Example in a different context. The room was filled with gloom after the curtains were drawn. Story written by Google Gemini 2.0 AI. Images created by Designer AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you.
Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.